Alright, I've promised it for a while, but I'm going to show off my digital game collection today. So, let's start at the bottom. Uh, One of the first games I bought was Zombie Tycoon, just because it was really cheap, and then I liked the Tycoon games before, like for PC and stuff like that. But I can honestly tell you, this is not a Tycoon game. It's like a weird, not tower defense, but like I guess just a strategy type game. I haven't played it in a really long time, but it's not bad. It's only like 59 megabytes too, so I don't know. But yeah, so it was like one of the first games I bought. Yeah, it's not bad. Could be worse, could be better. I don't know. Next up is Plants vs Zombies. I don't know why it's in this order. Fantastic game. So much better for the PS3 than when I originally had it for the iPhone. Um, it, it's got plenty of mini games, tower defense. Everyone should know Plants vs Zombies. It's a really great game. I'd recommend it. It's usually really cheap to find at this point. You can find it almost on every single platform, I think, at this point. Next up is Spyro, Ripto's Rage. I bought this the first day I got a PS3, along with a couple other games I'll point out later. But it's the second Spyro game. I'm a huge fan of the Spyro franchise. The first three games, because they were the ones by Insomniac, who later went on to make Ratchet and Clank. But I really don't like Spyro 1. I don't know what it is. So I only bought 2 and 3. I like 2, but I have to say I really like 3. 3 is, I'll get to in a second though. Castle Crashers, I mean, it's just a game you should have if you have a PS3 or an Xbox. They don't have any DLC available for it on this one. Like, there were a bunch of different characters in the Xbox version, but on this version the only one they had was the breast cancer character. So I got that one. It's just the Pink Knight, and it's really funny. I like him. It was only like 99 cents, and it goes towards breast cancer, so, you know. But this is a mainly multiplayer game. I think I could see me and Carlos doing a Let's Play in this. Probably not a series, maybe like 1 or 2, but, you know, let me know what you think. There's Animal Crossing: A Wonderful Life Special Edition. The funny thing about this is when I had it on my other PS3, because this is my big, new one, I stopped playing it because I have it on disc too, and it was only like $15. Same with Castle Crashers. Spyro should be like $7. But the saves weren't like compatible. It used different saves, so I just stopped playing it. But easily one of my favorite games, just to like consume time and get lost. It's a really weird. It's like one of my guilty pleasures. I just really like it. This next one, this is a great game. The only reason I don't like it more is because there was Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3, and then there was Persona 3 FES, which is like, I guess, like the special edition, and then there's Persona 3 Portable, which came out for the PSP. I've talked about it immensely during Let's Plays, and I liked it. I like the portable version a lot more. It's like they streamlined some stuff and whatever, but I like it a lot more. I still like this game, but it's just in a different platform. But still, it's $10. I think that's what Harvest Moon was actually. But it's $10. I absolutely recommend that if you have a PS3 or if you have a PS2 to go find this game. But if you have a PS3, definitely buy it for like $10 over the network. It's an absolute great buy. Easy to get lost in. Alright, so Spyro Year of the Dragon. This is Spyro 3. And fun fact, this is the very first game I beat on my own, like completely. It might even just be the first game I beat. I remember I rented it from Hollywood Video when I was like 9, and I hadn't really played video games much at that point just because I didn't have a system of my own. My older brother had one, but he lived separately from me. So I would go over to my dad's house on the weekends, and, you know, my brother lived there. So my brother would go out to his job or like just go out with his friends or something, and when he was out, I'd be at home, so I would play his PlayStation, and occasionally he would go to Hollywood Video too, just separately. And so sometimes I'd find games like in his system, like he'd just leave them like paused. I would have just taken them out so I could play whatever I wanted to. That's actually how I played the first Kingdom Hearts. And I played it in his room, and he actually had me play it in front of his girlfriend because he wanted to show like the Disney characters and stuff like that and how cute it was, whatever. But that's a different story for a different time. I absolutely love this game, and I finally 100%ed it. Like, did everything when I was like 13, like years later, like on like my third or fourth playthrough, and I just had an absolute blast with it. Now when I go back and play it, I can't help but get every single gem and every single egg the first time I go through a level. I like this game so much. I used to play it, a ROM of it on my PC with like a controller adapter, and I used to play it on my PSP because you could play it on that. But absolutely on the PlayStation is the best way to play it. Like I said, my favorite games. Don't be surprised if one day I do a Let's Play on it. It would probably be a fucking long Let's Play, but just because I love it so much and know it so well. Next up, Final Fantasy Tactics. Again, this is one of those ones that's better on the PSP for Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions, but if you don't have access to this, I absolutely recommend getting this game too. It's like Fire Emblem, if that makes sense, where it's turn-based. You have like 5 characters. This is the first one of those tactics games I played. Like, I hadn't played Fire Emblem or Valkyria Chronicles before this. And this game, usually, like, say you'll have like 6 characters that you can choose from. The enemy will have like 6, or sometimes they'll outnumber you by like 2, so it'll be like 8. I was not used to, when I started playing Fire Emblem and stuff like that, they have so many more characters than you do. Like, you're so outnumbered. I wasn't ready for that because I played this first. But it's a really great game, job system, whatnot. Absolutely awesome. I recommend it. Can't recommend it enough. Final Fantasy VII. Alright, so this is a game that I think stays at the top of the PlayStation charts every single month for years because just everyone loves buying it. I gotta be honest, I've never gotten past the first disc. I can't do it. I mean, I've replayed it so many times, and I actually got pretty far, and I still had the save. I tried reloading the save. I didn't know where I was. I was in the buggy or something, and I think I was near. I had just left the like amusement park type place, but I don't know where I was supposed to go in the story. I couldn't find anywhere. So I realized that unless I fully commit myself to playing this game from start to finish, I'm never going to beat it. And guys, I just don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I gotta be honest. So that's that. Fat Princess, that's a pretty good game. It's not really that popular anymore, but still I recommend it. Well, actually, no. I don't recommend it. It's too old now. I mean, I recommend playing it somewhere, somehow, but buying it, maybe not. Especially if it's still $15. Magic Gathering Duels of Planewalkers. This was really good to help me get back into Magic, because it still had some cards I, like, recognized. I played it a lot, but I lost the save on it, so I haven't really gone back to it. But, you know, it's there if I want it. Alright, Resident Evil 2. I love Resident Evil 4, so everyone says get Resident Evil 2, because it's where Leon starts off from, and you know, it's like at the time I think people said of the first 3 it's the best one. I can't get into it. I couldn't even get past the second screen just because I couldn't move them properly. I couldn't shoot properly. There's no way I will ever be able to play this game. I just gotta say it. So, but it's here if I ever want it. But I gotta be honest. I'll stick to Resident Evil 4. SimCity 2000. I don't even know why I bought this game. I can't even figure out how to play it, so I'm gonna say it sucks. Don't buy it. I like the SimCity 4 I have for my PC, but just I couldn't even figure this out, so just whatever. Forget it. I don't need to say anything on Resident Evil 4 because I have an entire 22-part Let's Play series dedicated to it. If you want to know more about it, find it over there. I'm not going to talk about it. I love it. That's all I'm going to say. L.A. Noire. I have not finished this game, and I've only gotten to the second desk. Like, I've done a couple missions there. But I bought this and all the DLC for it for $20. So, I don't know. I mean, it was fun while I played it, but it's really slow. The story is amazing, though. I want to go back to it someday, but I don't know when. Metal Gear Solid. Because I played Metal Gear Solid 3, I find it almost impossible to get into this game. A couple of my friends have said I should play Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes for the GameCube, because apparently that's an easier version to get into. I own it, but I have not played that game yet, so we'll see. When I get around to playing more my GameCube games again, maybe I'll pick that one up this time. Dead Space Ignition. This is a mini game, and I know the music in the background is going to be really fucking loud right now, so I'm going to have to make sure the volume is down. This game is great. No, it's not. This game, not very good. It's like puzzle and stuff like that. I wanted to learn more about the Dead Space universe. All I know is that the character you quote-unquote play as in this is the character that wakes up Isaac in Dead Space 2 right in the beginning, and he's the first person to turn into a necromorph. That's not a spoiler. It happens in the first 5 seconds. But if you play this game, and you don't have to beat it, you can unlock the conduit doors, which are 4 doors that have special goodies in Dead Space 2, and it's it really helps, especially on hardcore, let me tell you. Final Fantasy VIII, same deal as 7. I've just never been able to get through it. I did like 8 and some of the stuff they did with the battle system and the way they did summons, but I haven't really had time to go back to it, and I never really gave it an honest chance, so I'm sorry. I do own it though. Maybe if they ever remake it. Yeah, right. So Dead Space 2, I've talked about it a lot. I really like this game. It's really fun, and I don't know what else to say. It's really hard. Reminds me of Resident Evil 4. I absolutely recommend it. I'll even go so far as to say you can skip Dead Space 1. I think you should play Dead Space 1, but I didn't finish it, and I still love Dead Space 2 to death. Walking Dead. Got a lot of Game of the Years last year. I got through the first episode. I got like halfway through the second one. And again, just one of those games where I liked it. I just haven't had time to go back to it. I got this one. This is the game that links Ratchet and Clank, Tools of Destruction, and A Crack in Time. A Crack in Time is arguably one of my favorite games for the PS3. I just haven't had a chance to play this one. I was replaying Tools of Destruction, and I was going to play this after, but I just stopped halfway through. So if I ever go back to that, I'll play this one this time. But Grand Theft Auto 4, I mean, if you don't know about Grand Theft Auto, then you're clearly living under a rock. But great game. I bought it for $20. Absolutely worth it. A lot of people say they like the Ballad of Gay Tony better, and I didn't finish it. I finished Lost in the Damned. Really wasn't that great. I really want to buy those DLCs again. I just don't have them. I had bought the physical copy, so I don't have them now. But this game is still great. The first Grand Theft Auto I actually finished. I played Vice City. I played San Andreas. I just never finished this one, and I was really glad when I did. Really great story, really well paced. I never needed to use a single cheat in it. It's, again, just recommend it. If you like One Piece, get this game. It's absolutely fantastic. You feel just like Luffy. I don't want to dwell on it too much, but it's really worth it. If you're going to get the DLC for it too. I think it might be downloadable only, but it's definitely a retail-sized game. It's not an indie game by any means, but I haven't found the disc. But when I saw it, it was on sale at PlayStation Plus, so I bought it. Really worth it. I love it. It goes through the entire before the time skip of One Piece. It goes through the entire story from start to finish, until the time skip, and then. But yeah, it's great. Really, they do the scenes well. I was tearing up at some of the parts. What's next? Absolutely, it's one of my favorite games of all time. For $20, I think if you have a PS3, get this game. Trust me, you'll enjoy it, especially if you enjoy the kind of games that I do. I went through and perfected it, got the platinum. It's one of the better HD releases of me. The only problem the original game on the PS2 had was crazy load times. They eliminated it. There's almost no load times in this game, and that's fucking amazing. So I absolutely recommend it to everyone. It's in my top 3 of my favorite of all time. I can't say it's my favorite because I feel like that's too hard of a question for me, but still, definitely one of the greatest games. Sonic Adventure 2. I gotta be honest, I played this a little bit on the GameCube, I played a lot on the GameCube. Never finished it though. I had my friends finish it for me on my file, but I'm not really good at it. I don't know what it is. I'm just really not good at Sonic games. I missed them growing up, so like going back to them, I can't play them very well. But the Chow Garden is really fun. That I can do, and that I like doing. But you have to play the story to get like good stuff for that. So I don't know what to tell you. It's really cool that they released this for the Xbox and the PS3. I bought it just purely out of nostalgia. But it's cool. I like it. I don't know if you have to buy it. If you bought it on the GameCube, you're not really missing much. They don't add anything. And the multiplayer part is download. You have to buy extra as DLC, so I don't know. It's only like $3 though. Alright, so I bought Fight Night Champion because it was $5 just for the story mode. But this game kicked my ass, so I don't know why I have it, but it's good. I've got no problems against it. But just be aware, it will just absolutely hurt you. Okay, so this game is good and bad. It's good because it's a Yu-Gi-Oh game for the console. It's bad because there's no packs. Like, there's no like currency. The only way to get cards is to beat your opponent. If you lose to your opponent, you get like 3 cards, but if you beat them, you get like 8 to 15, depending on how badly you kick their ass. But you start off with like shitty cards, so the only way to really get an edge is to buy the DLC for like starter packs and stuff like that. I bought it to try and make like an elemental hero deck, but I mean, other than that, when you beat them, it's completely luck. Like, you'll get like 1 out of however many thousands of cards they have. So I think the game definitely could have been done much better. And there's no story mode. It's just like generic. You can fight people online, or you can play against like the same like 20 NPCs randomly shuffled around. So I mean, if you really need a Yu-Gi-Oh fix, I recommend it if you don't have some other medium. But other than that, it's not a very well done game. I'd recommend buying one of the DS ones instead. Tokyo Jungle. This is a really weird game. It's so the only way to explain it is that humans have been wiped out of Tokyo, and for whatever reason, and the animals have been left to like thrive. So like the animals from zoos like escaped and repopulated, and like the feral animals just kind of took over. And there's like greenery all over the place. You can see in the picture. So you start off. The first animal you have is a Chihuahua. And you're just like, you fight other animals, you mark territories, you breed and stuff like that, and like you play through the Chihuahua and you unlock a different animal. I don't remember which one it is. And then from that animal, you unlock a different animal, and so on, until you get to like the bigger stuff, where it gets to the point where you're playing as like a velociraptor or a woolly mammoth or stuff like that. So it takes a really long time to get to the cool animals, so I only pick it up every now and again, and I'll play through like a couple animals campaigns. They're like fairly short, maybe half an hour to an hour each, but maybe I'll do a Let's Play on it one day. I don't know, like a one-off, but it's a really good game. It'll surprise you, because it's such a weird concept, but it's really well done. Once again, recommend it. Easy to find in the PlayStation Store. It's almost always in the top 10. Devil May Cry HD Collection. I played Devil May Cry 3 back on the PS2. I mean, it was okay, but it didn't really grab me that much, so I tried to get back into it. And when I was starting it, I realized, oh, wait a minute. This is just Resident Evil, but with action instead of horror. And I asked one of my friends who works at GameStop, and he said to just skip the other two and try and just get through 3 again. I haven't really gone back to it, but we'll see. He said if I like it, I can go back and play 1, and he told me to skip 2 absolutely, so I don't know. It seemed like a series I'd want to get into, but I don't think I will. Maybe I should try and get into the remake. Let's see. Magic 2013. I bought it when it was one of those sales where spend $100 and you get 20 back free. But I haven't really played it that much, so I can't really say much on it. And then we have Last of Us. Like I just said in Sly Part 14, Sly 2 Part 14, it's a good game, but I mean, it's not the greatest game I've played of all time. I mean, I've been hyping up all these other games, but I feel like this game has been overhyped. So, take a step back, just don't think too much about it and just play it, and you'll probably really enjoy it. But don't expect the greatest game of all time, or your expectations will just be ruined. And if you're good at video games, play on hard the first time. It'll make your experience much better. I played on normal, and it wasn't really that challenging for me. I wish I'd picked hard the first time I played it. Alright, so I'm not done. I'm like halfway done. So I have 2 categories now. These are all PlayStation Plus games. I have a total of 49, but I split them up into 2 categories. The sort of indie games, and then the full retail games. Let me go through the indie games first. I've never played Awesomenauts, but I saw the Rooster Teeth guys do a Let's Play of it, and it looks like a really good multiplayer game. But by myself, there's really no reason to play, I don't think. But I still think it's supposed to be a pretty good game. I haven't played it personally, so no comment. Shatter is a Brick Break like clone. It does a couple things where instead of playing with the scrolling wheel at the bottom, it's on the side and goes circular sometimes. It has a couple cool gimmicks, but it's really only good for like an hour or so. But it was free, so I can't complain. Oh, that's what I should mention. All of these were free, so keep that in mind. That all of these games are free. So next is Pinball Arcade. I'm not even gonna play it. If it's pinball, I don't give a shit. I thought I'd show it off just because I made it as part of the PlayStation Plus video, but I really don't give a shit about pinball. But you know, it's there if you want it. This only came out like 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. Knight Underground, I don't know how it's pronounced. I have no idea what it's about. It was in the store, so I picked it up. Could be a great game. I've never played it, so I don't know what to tell you. If anyone's played it and they think it's good, please, by all means, fill me in, tell me what it's about. Maybe I'll play it if I ever get free time. So this is actually the sequel to the first video game I showed, Zombie Tycoon. It came out like, I don't know. Zombie Tycoon came out back in 2009, and this just came out in 2013. So I don't know what they improved on, but it was free, so I downloaded it. I've yet to play it, but it's there if I want it. Malicious, same deal as Night Underground. Looks cool. Maybe I'd enjoy it. I have no idea what it's about. Again, if you've played it, feel free to let me know in the comments. Same deal here. Labyrinth Legends. Looks cool. Haven't played it. Sorry. Looks cool. Haven't played it. I actually saw this at PAX East, and they were giving away free downloads, but I don't think I grabbed one. This was in PAX East 2012, I think, actually. I've heard good things about Scott Pilgrim. Again, like I've heard people say that it's a good game. It's a beat 'em up game, like the old X-Men arcade game. If you've ever played that one, but I haven't played it, so I can't comment. This game I did a Let's Play of with Carlos. We might go back one day, but absolutely great game. The first stage, when you rob a bank, it feels like the opening scene from The Dark Knight where they're robbing the bank. That's exactly how it feels, and everything's so like, I don't know, like. It's very well done. That's the best way to say it. You feel like you're robbing a bank. And the other heists are pretty cool too. It's definitely a game you should play with someone else. It's much more enjoyable that way. Again, don't know anything about it. I heard this game was decent. Sorry. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. This is the original Sonic the Hedgehog 2 remade. I'm not very good at it. I've told you before. So... I don't know. I mean, some people could enjoy it and get some nostalgia out of it, but not me. Pac-Man Championship Edition. This is where they added all the weird like power-ups and stuff like that, so I don't know. It wasn't really for me. But I mean, I like Pac-Man, but it was overwhelming at the time. Maybe I'll go back to it at some point. Mega Man 10. If you feel like getting raped in the ass, you could play this. I'm not very good at it, so... But it is cool that they have Mega Man 9 and 10 were free, so I like that. Dungeon Defenders. One of my friends wanted me to get this on Steam so the 4 of us could play. We never did, but, I mean, it's available here. So to my knowledge, it's a multiplayer game. But other than that, I know zero about it. Again, let me know if you played it. Same with Closure. Could be a great game. Don't know anything about it. Looks artsy. Looks like it's trying to be Limbo, but I don't know. The 2 Oddworld games are also free. Again, I don't know anything about them, but I've heard they were really good. I don't really know what they're about, but I got them because, you know, why not? So if you've played the Oddworld games, this one feels like it's more likely than the indie games. Tell me what they're about. Tell me if they're good. I don't know. Silent Hill. So this one I know is like one of the first good horror games. I've heard the second Silent Hill, like Silent Hill 2, is the best. But so this one I don't really know much about, but I've heard it's an iconic series. Maybe I'll play this one at some point, but doubtful. Okay, this one I have a story for. I wanted to play Final Fantasy V because in Dissidia Final Fantasy you play as all the main characters, and the main character of this is Bartz, and so I really wanted to try it, but I don't like. Apparently this version is bugged. The version on the PS3 and PlayStation, the original PlayStation, was like bugged, and the saving was a little iffy. But so like I think it originally came out on the Super Nintendo or something. I don't know where it originally came out, but I know this was a port, and there were some saving issues. I've heard they've kind of fixed them, like, or there's ways around it, but that kind of got me off. Like where I started playing it, and then I was just like, no, if I can't save properly, then it's really not worth it. So I might go back to that, but I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, so I don't know. Simpsons Arcade. It's exactly what the same arcade game you played, just now on the PS3. Mega Man 9 and Sonic the Hedgehog, same deal. They came out together with the other two, so really fun. I mean, Sonic came out with Sonic 2, Mega Man 9 came out with Mega Man 10. Machinarium, another one of those games where just it looks really cool. Why is that robot holding up that other robot? They all look like they're helping each other out. I don't know what it's about, but whatever. I'd love to play it someday, just don't know what it's about. Bloons, same. It's the exact same Flash game you played. It says PSP, but you can actually play it on the PS3 too. I don't know why that is. It's that same Flash game you played 5-6 years ago. Vector. I didn't realize this until I actually played it, but it's tower defense. I haven't beaten it. It's really hard, but it's just a generic tower defense. It's good for a while if you've got nothing else. Dino Gems is a Bejeweled ripoff, and I didn't like it at all. Retro City Rampage. I think this is supposed to be like the original Grand Theft Auto, but with like a bunch of references and stuff like that. I haven't played it, but I'm sure it's great. I have it for the Vita too, so maybe. All right. Enough about that and me not knowing what I'm fucking talking about. Now, here's the meat. PlayStation Plus. These are all the retail games that I've gotten for PlayStation Plus. I have 21 of them. Uncharted 3. Uncharted 2 is probably a better game, but this is still a really great game, and I really liked it. If you haven't played the series, absolutely play the 3 Uncharteds. This just came out recently for free on PlayStation Plus. Alright. Spec Ops: The Line. So, this game started off like a generic shooter, and I hadn't played one in a while, probably since Modern Warfare 2, I'd say was the last one I played before this start to finish, but it's actually a really good commentary on, how violent shooters are and, how people should be affected and stuff like. I don't want to say more realistic, but it's a very serious game, and I had never played a shooter like it. I'm having trouble talking about it, but it's a really good and dark story, and comments on violence through war and stuff like that, and how games have kind of glorified it. So I really recommend playing it. Not from a gaming, not as much. It's still a solid game too. I recommend it from a gaming standpoint, and from like if you want to play a game that'll toss the industry kind of on its head. I usually don't go for games like that, but still, I'm in the corner for this one. So that's my 2 cents. Deus Ex. I actually recently just finished playing this on disc, but it's a really solid game. Once you get more power-ups, it gets more interesting. There's tons of different ways to do it. You can do a completely stealth, no kill run, or you can do a murder everyone with violence and fun run. So another great game. I recommend it. It's still free on PlayStation Plus at the time of this making. So if you get PlayStation Plus, I think it expires tomorrow. So never mind that. But I think normally it's like $15 to $20. Sleeping Dogs. Carlos has been nagging me to play this game for so long, and it's free, and I still haven't played it. From what I've heard, though, it's less about gunplay and more about physically fighting, so it makes it a little different. But basically, GTA in China is how it's been, but a lot more different too. So that's how it was described to me. I'm looking forward to playing it once I get the free time, but for now, nothing. Demon's Souls, it's good. This game will absolutely rape you, but it's one of those games where it's like you get the tiniest foothold and sort of figure out what you're doing, and from there you can start getting a little bit better, but you're still getting your ass kicked along the way. Just, you know more that it was your fault. It's definitely one of those games where you have to hit the ground running 100,000 times before you start getting like better. Saints Row the Third, fantastic fucking game. I put this in PlayStation Plus retail because it's free now, but I actually bought it with all the DLC, and it was absolutely worth the purchase. So if you have the chance to get it free, absolutely take it. It's such a ridiculous game. It takes all the best parts of free roaming in Grand Theft Auto and makes them like the main game, and it works really well. Saints Row 2 is in here too. I haven't played that game, but from what I understand, Saints Row the Third is really good and better from what I've heard from a couple people. So, you know, I like it, so I recommend it. Just Cause 2. The story is absolute shit. The voice acting is fucking terrible. But if you ignore the story and just go free roam, it's got a huge map, tons of awesome vehicles and stuff like that, then you'll have a blast. Like, you can drive cars off like gigantic cliffs. You can find a floating blimp thing, Easter egg type thing. There's so much good in this game if you just ignore the main story. I recommend this one too. Resident Evil 5. What's nice about this is they give you the gold edition instead of like the regular Resident Evil, because it was free for a really long time now that I think about it. But this is the game where they introduce co-op, which is not survival horror. It cannot be survival horror as long as you have a co-op partner. I said that about Dead Space 3, and I'll say about this. That being said, maybe I could play this with Carlos at some point. I think we both got it, or we both downloaded it. See, it's PlayStation Plus too. But I love 4 a lot more than I like this. I got pretty far in the Xbox version of the regular edition, but I never beat it, so I'd like to one day go back and finish it, probably with a co-op partner like Carlos. But we'll see. Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. I could not give a shit about fighting games, especially Street Fighter types. But I just kind of wanted to show it off, that it's free on PlayStation Plus. That being said, it's an 8... I'm not going to delete it yet, because it's going to take a while, but it's an 18 gig download. I just bought it to show it off. I don't want to play it at all. Vanquish, made by the people who made Bayonetta. I haven't played it. I don't know anything about it. I won't delete it because I don't know what it's about, but I'm sure it's good, maybe? If someone could tell me if they played it, that'd be great. Bioshock 2. I like this. The gameplay-wise, this is better than Bioshock 1, and I don't like people who say it's not. You can dual wield much more easy. The plasmids are better. I like the gameplay in this a lot more than I do in Bioshock 1. However, the story in Bioshock 1 is streets ahead of the story in this one. Much, much better. Honestly, this game didn't need to be made, but I'm glad it was. Borderlands. I did not like the first Borderlands. I went back to it a while back and liked it a little bit better, but if you have the chance, Borderlands 2 is so much better. Like, I would absolutely get it before I got this. Let me do this. What else? Saints Row 2, like I said, I haven't played it. I don't really intend to play it because I've played 3. But I've heard it's pretty decent. It's not what I thought it was. I always thought that the Saints Row series was a rip-off of Grand Theft Auto, but now that I've played 3, I realize they're an absolute just like they're silly and like goofy. So while still being serious and really raunchy and revolting, so they're worth a try. If you get a chance, I guess play 2 if you haven't played 3 first, because maybe it'll make more sense to you. I don't know. This game is a pile of shit, and the only reason I downloaded it was to show it off PlayStation Plus video. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. It was just really annoying. story was stupid, and I didn't like the concept, but maybe people do like it. For me, it was just not for me. I don't know. Darksiders. This is a game that I started and stopped like 3 times. I just couldn't get far enough into it where I could get to the good parts. From what I did play, it was good, I guess, but not enough to hold me. And it did get frustrating in a couple parts. I didn't even get to the part where you get a horse. He's one of the 4 horsemen, so I guess I recommend it if you have more staying power than I do, but I never got through it. I keep it because maybe I tell myself one day I'll go back and beat it. I just doubt it. Infamous 2, same deal as Bioshock and Bioshock 2. I like the gameplay more, but I like the story more in 1. I do like the story in 2, but it's just, I like it better in 1. It's still a great series, absolutely awesome that I got it free. It's good. Little Big Planet 2. It's not for me. I never really enjoyed it that much, but I can see myself, if I got really, really invested in it, making some cool stuff. I never really had the chance to, so I keep it, but I don't know. The only reason I had this on here was PlayStation Plus. Obviously, you know how I feel about Sly Cooper. I did a Let's Play on it. So you can watch the 6 or 7 part Let's Play I did on this on my channel. It was 6. Yeah, it was 6 parts. Ratchet & Clank, All for One. I don't know why they did this. It's a 4-player Ratchet & Clank. I don't think the story is critical to the series, so I just skipped over it just because even if me and Carlos decided to play this, it's still supposed to be 4 players, not 2. And then they went and made Fuse, which is another 4-player game. I don't know why Insomniac's doing this, but please stop. Please go back to your regular Ratchet & Clanks. I miss them. Please do it before you make the movie in 2015. Thank you. Again, I got this just for PlayStation Plus. I don't care about racing. I don't care about Little Big Planet that much, so I couldn't give a shit about Little Big Planet karting. And I thought Mod Nation Racers was what Little Big Planet karting was supposed to be, so I'm really confused. And lastly, XCOM Enemy Unknown. This is a fantastic game. I absolutely recommend it if you like strategy. This is another one of those games where, like Tactics and Fire Emblem, where they start to outnumber you too. So definitely worth playing. I love how you slowly feel like you're getting stronger, and I actually am considering doing Let's Plays with me, Carlos, and one of our friends in this, but it's just I don't think we could do a series of it because it would take way too fucking long. So maybe I'd like to do that just because I'd like to see. We have some ideas for it, but I'm not 100% sure about it yet. But that is the end of my digital game collection. So now, if you want to see the physical game collection or the updated game collection, there'll be links to those in the description for this game if I fucking remember to do it. And if I don't, someone tell me I forgot to put it in the description. But yeah, thank you for watching. It's, great stuff, Yeah. But no, seriously, thank you for watching. And if there's any games that you know more about than I didn't, please tell me in the comments. And if there's some games you think would be cool Let's Plays, I'd love to do what you guys would want me to play. I mean, most of these games that I own, I like, so feel free to tell me whatever. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.